Hello, 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 and welcome back on this very crisp November morning. If you've been here before, welcome back, and if you are new, you're very welcome here. My name is Lisa. I make videos about stuff and I post them online, and my channel's called Lisa's Life Online. Oh, I'm just popping to the doctor's, so I thought I would take you with me and give you a little bit of an update on this spotty problem that I've got. It's kind of the only way I can explain what on earth is going on. Oh, it's very autumnal in the car park today. Problem is, there's so many leaves on the floor, I can't see. God, I cannot see a thing. This is horrendous. Oh, that is miles out, this parking space. Let's hope that's a doctor parked there and they don't need to move. Do you know what? That'll do. Let's see what time it is. Oh, it's 9:05. I've got a doctor's appointment at 9:15, so I've got a quick 5 minutes to give you a bit of an update. Now, if you've followed my journey for a long time, you will know that I used to take a weight loss injection called Manjaro. And I took it from July last year to June this year. Then I had a 4-month break, and then I decided to try another weight loss injection because I kind of like, I'd had enough of the nausea and the sickness, and then I decided to try a different one because I didn't feel like my journey was kind of like finished. So I decided to try one called Wegovy, which I started, I think it must have been the first week in October. Anyway, took my first injection, fine. Second injection, fine. Went away that day to Llandudno in Wales. And yeah, that was all fine. We went out, got up on the Saturday, went out to a conference, and then I had something to eat I don't normally eat, which was fish. And then I had a bit of an allergic reaction, and then these kind of spots started appearing the next day. Anyway, I didn't really kind of put two and two together. I thought it was just an insect bite at first. And then after a couple of days, we got home and the insect bites kept happening, or what I thought was insect bites, but clearly they weren't. If you've ever had an insect bite, it's a bit like a sting, and it kind of like, it happens and then it can sort of swell up a little bit. These were different. These were tiny, tiny little dots, and then they kind of went into blisters. So anyway, then I thought, have I got shingles? Then I thought, what else did I think it was? I thought at one point I had meningitis, and I'm like rolling a glass on my skin to see if the spots disappeared, which they did. Honestly, I've been through everything. Then I thought it was food triggering it. We're now 3.5 weeks into this, and I still don't know what is causing this reaction. I haven't changed my soap powder or my liquid, my softener. Haven't changed anything. I've always used the same brand. And it's kind of like happening. It's not like I only wear the same clothes every week, because I've put bedding on my bed that was washed from 3 months ago. I've got like a couple of different sets of bedding. Normally, excuse me, I would wash some bedding, dry it and get it back on the same day. However, I did decide to use a set that had been washed and dried and put away in the airing cupboard, and that made no difference. In fact, my bedding's on today. I usually do it on a Saturday, a Sunday or a Monday, depending what is going on. So yeah, these spots kept coming, and then I've tried antihistamines. That's not made any difference. I've tried antihistamine cream, which takes the flare down. I have done last Monday, so we are a week on now. So last Monday was my birthday. Happy birthday to me. I was 54. And I did an allergy test. It was like one of these hair cutting ones, and I just thought, you know what, if I can not mind the doctors, because I feel like I am never out of this place. There's just constantly something with everything that's going on with my problems with my hands, my knees, my menopause, everything that's going on. I was like, if I can do anything not to try and come to the doctors, if it's just, maybe it's a food I'm eating. I did quite a lot of research about the food intolerance, and I, for the last probably 5 days. So last Monday, I cut out all wheat and gluten. And I must say, even though the spots haven't stopped, within 24 hours, the sinus problems that I've had pretty much for the last 18 months lifted. I've been popping Sinutab and complaining about my sinuses for so long. I couldn't believe it, and then I thought, gosh, it must be either a wheat or a gluten intolerance. So anyway, I feel much better for not eating the wheat and the gluten. I have to say, I think this is having also a bit of an impact on some weight loss, because every time you reach for something, you can't just eat it. You've got to look at all the ingredients in it. So from last week, from Tuesday to Friday, I actually lost 2 pounds. Which you know, I should have got weighed this morning, but I didn't. Not sleeping really very well of a night because of the itching. Last night it was 2:30 when I got to sleep. I'm not really very good at getting to sleep. I'm okay-ish once I get to sleep, but then once it gets like 4 or 5 o'clock, I'm awake. So I'm particularly shattered today. Time check, just gone. Well, it's nearly 10 past. So that's kind of where I'm up to. I'm waiting for the hair sample to come back. Still hasn't come back. I've also booked one of these allergy testings in, you know, like a local health shop. Because I was in there the other day trying to get some gluten-free and wheat-free things, having a little look what they had. And I saw a little leaflet about allergy testing. So I thought, as alongside everything else, if I'm going for it, I might as well have a little go. Makes it sound like I'm having a go on like a fairground ride or something. So yes, I thought I would do that and compare all of these and to see, does anything kind of match up? You know, if one says, yes, you're allergic to gluten and wheat, and the other one says you don't, well, you know, like, not everything's going to be right. Oh no, there's a car parking next to me. Oh my God, am I going to be able to get out? Anyway, I'll wait for them to park and then get out, because, like, I'm just chatting to you. So, yes, that's where we're up to. So I'm going to the doctor's now. I have got an appointment at 9:15 with a lady doctor, and she's very good, actually. She's done a lot of things for Jed the last sort of 12, 18 months, that thinking outside the box with problems he's had. I think if it wasn't for her, we possibly may, I don't know, like all the stuff with his pacemaker and finding this problem that he's got with his heart. But yeah, so I'm going to see her now. So I'm very conscious of this car parking next to me and me just randomly talking to a stick. So yes, I'm going to go in and I will update you when I come out, and then I've got to just nip to the post office. Worryingly, this is a big Lexus parking next to me, and the bumper is taped on with not masking tape. What's that big tape that you have? Gaffer tape. Oh, goodness me. Maybe I'm not parked straight. Maybe I'm the problem. Okay, right. Well, I'm going to sign off, go and sign in at the doctor's, and I will let you know in a bit how I've got on and what the doctor has said. It was my wonky parking. Oh, dear me. Gosh, that was dreadful parking by me. I have been to the doctor's and seen the lovely doctor. She's so sweet and really, really thorough. That's probably in there 20 minutes. And, oh, camera's a wonky angle. So she had a little look at everything. She's prescribed me some anti-itch cream and also some antihistamines. And she's also sending me for some blood tests, so I have to come back to the doctor's next Monday. I explained about me cutting gluten out and said, have I got to sort of start eating that again? And she said no, because that sort of stays in your system for 6 weeks, and it's only been a week that I haven't been eating it. So amongst other things, 2 things that she's going to test me for are celiacs, and the other one is fish, amongst other things. I also explained to her about the pinprick allergy testing that I did for the vitamin D deficient, well, the vitamin D one that said deficient. So she said she's going to run that one as well. So that's really good. cream, antihistamines, stronger antihistamines than what you buy over the counter. She said she was a bit of a loss, to be honest. She didn't know what it could be. Explained all about taking the injection, stopping it, the fish situation. We went through loads and loads of stuff. So yes, that is where I'm up to with the doctors. So I'm still waiting for my hair sample allergy testing to come back. Next Monday is my blood test for allergy testing and various other things. And then the Monday after is my one at the health shop. So yeah, I think it'll be quite interesting, really. I mean, obviously the blood test ones are obviously going to be the most accurate, or you would think that. So I'm going to take it all with a pinch of salt, maybe a pinch of flour, who knows, and figure it all out. Anyway, I am off to the post office to post my parcel, and then I'm going to get a few things together, and I'm going to my mum's today. And we're going to make some, this is weird, honestly, everyone's been really laughing at me and they think it's really a funny idea. So you know when you have like a Christmas cracker and you pull it and you get this like really cheap hat? I hate the hat. The hat never fits my dad. My daughter and my son have got heads the size of peas, and my dad's got like a really big head, and everyone starts sweating, and I hate the hats. So I said to my mum, shall we make some like fabric crowns that fit everyone and you can like tie at the back, and we're gonna sort of personalize them in a way that they're all different. So I'm going to my mum's today. I bought some material and some bits and some bobs, and we're going to make those, because I just think, you know, like you dress up on Christmas Day and you know, like you make a bit of an effort, and then you put this tissue paper crown on your head, and then like after 10 minutes some people won't wear them, sometimes they're falling on the floor, and I just thought I'd like something a bit different. So yeah, and I haven't done anything crafty for ages, so you never know, I might take the camera along and film a little bit with my mum. My mum's hilarious. So yes, I'm going to nip home, pick up all the stuff, possibly get something quick to eat because I haven't eaten today. I'm not sure what to have to eat. I might have some scrambled egg. And then go to my mum's, and yes, that will be me today. It's my day off. So yes. Also, I'd just like to say, if you're new here, you're very welcome. And this is the only content that I create. I don't have a membership or a separate thing anywhere. So everything I make is on here. I work part-time in a college as an administrator. There's a bit more to it than that, but that's kind of the easiest way to sort of explain what I do. And I work 3 days a week. So Monday and Fridays I'm off, and obviously I'm off of a weekend. So I have 4 days off a week, and a Monday is normally my kind of like shopping day. So once I've been to my mum's, I'll need to nip and go and get something for dinner tonight. I'm not sure what to have really. I thought about making a lemon and honey chicken. However, Jed doesn't really like sweet things, so I'm unsure what to do. I had thought about the whole jacket potato thing, but I'm trying not to eat white potatoes. I would probably have a sweet potato, but I'm not a big fan of beans, and I think they probably got wheat and yeast or flour or something in it, which I'm trying to avoid. I've no idea. Every time I'm eating something, if it's processed, I suppose it is processed beans because it's in a can. I'm looking at the ingredients of everything, and it's shocking. It's shocking about the amount of different ingredients and everything. I've bought new stock cubes because I cook a lot from scratch. I do make a lot from scratch. However, I do like naughty things like cake and sweets and biscuits, and that's my problem. That's my downfall. So yes, going to have to either get baking and making some new things. I've been kind of looking at all the free from range everywhere I'm going. Different shops all have different things, so that's quite nice really. Anyway, yes, I just wanted to say you're most welcome here, and you know, it's a bit random, my channel. You know, if I go on holiday, I vlog about weight loss, I vlog about shopping. You know, if I think I've got something interesting to say, I'll vlog about it. But yeah, you know, I don't really talk about one thing in particular. I'm sort of a bit of a you know, anything goes. Anyway, so I'm going to nip in the spa and go and post my parcel. I'm going to take my microphone off because sometimes I go in with it on and think, what an idiot when I come out. So yeah, so I'll see you in a bit. Bye. Hello and welcome back, and you are in my coffee cupboard, so welcome back. I didn't do any filming at my mum's. It was just a bit chaotic, to be honest with you. So I don't know if did I mention before. So the reason why I was going to my mum's is because I had this idea in my head that I was going to make these crowns for Christmas, because when we have Christmas crackers, they kind of just like all just fall to pieces. They never fit my dad. They're too big for my kids. They last on everybody for a few minutes. They're so just cheap and paper thin that they just ended up being casted off. And I thought, I really want to make something nice for Christmas that lasts, that we can use. I can personalise. I can make more each year. So yes, so I'm going to show you that because I made a bit of a template with my mum today, and we kind of made a prototype. And then when I was at my mum's for quite a while, actually, I'm trying to think what time I left. I must have left. I think I left about 2:00 because she was just going for a little nap. And yes, then on the way home, I went to Aldi and I bought a few things. Now, before I show you this hat, I just want to talk a little bit to you about the doctors as well this morning, because she kind of ruled a couple of things out. One of the things I just never even thought about was scabies. And she was like, she completely ruled that out as well. So yes, the doctor didn't really know what the problem was with this allergy, these spots that I'm getting, the like little tiny blisters, and she couldn't get to the bottom of it. So like I said before, booked in for allergy testing, and I told her that I had stopped eating the gluten and the wheat. And that has been, well, it will be a week tomorrow. So it was Tuesday the 4th, I stopped eating that because I just thought, if I can rule this out and try and figure it out myself. So I stopped eating that. And within, I would say, 24 to 48 hours, the sinus problems that I feel like I've been really struggling with for the last, 18 months have kind of like lifted. So these sinus problems started way before me taking any of the weight loss injections in 2024. It was probably around the Easter time. We were on holiday. I'd been on a boat trip, and it was like a big boat, then a little boat. I'm on this little boat for hours, and then I had really bad problems with my balance and vertigo and kind of labyrinthitis. 3 days in bed, and then I've really struggled since then with sinus pressure and sinus problems. However, stopping eating the gluten and the wheat has lifted this cloud from my head, honestly. And I said to her, I wasn't sure whether it was gluten because this problem had lifted and I haven't had any headaches, because I've always suffered with headaches for years and years and years. So yes, that has lifted. Anyway, she said to me, look, while we're waiting for you to go and have the blood tests, which are next Monday, she said to me, still try and stop eating the gluten. And I said to her, do I not need to eat the gluten again before I have the blood tests? And she said, no, it doesn't matter, because I had gluten last Monday and wheat, and she said it stays in your system for 6 weeks. So I don't need to start eating it again for the tests. However, she said if it makes you feel better with the sinus problem, then she said until we get these other results, then stop eating gluten. Do what you're doing. And the last sort of week, I have been in lots of different supermarkets looking at their free from range, and I've been looking in, so where have I been? I've been in Tesco, Booths, tiny bit in Marks and Spencer's, not much, just because it's near where I work, and I know I can nip in, and if I'm desperate, I can get a sandwich from there for my lunch, because not all supermarkets. I went to Asda as well, had a look at their free from range, but there was nothing in their sort of takeaway sandwich range that I could get for my lunch. So that was a bit of a fail that day. However, I do think, I can't remember where I got these from. This isn't what wasn't going to show you. I think I might have got these ones from Booth's, Simply Seeded Flatbreads. These are delicious, by the way. And I had that with some cheese and some butter. Anyway, so I thought I would show you. I only got 4 things from Aldi, because I think when you go into all these shops, there's just so much to get your head around and look at.
And I bought last week a little loaf of bread, a gluten-free one, kept it in the freezer. So when I just need a bit of bread, like this morning I had 2 pieces of the gluten-free bread with some scrambled on when I got scrambled on with scrambled egg on when I got back from the doctor's. So so I just keep mine in the freezer. I was going to make some soup actually at some point this week for work. Sorry if you can hear the dryer as well. I'm just drying my bedding because the weather is shocking. So this is the bread that I got, and this is a seeded sliced brown bread. It is. I mean, it doesn't say brown, but it is brown. So that's a seeded free from, and these are all from Aldi. £1.69. Honestly, I mean, I would buy decent bread I don't really eat a lot of bread, but it's not like every day I make a sandwich. But in the winter, I find I probably eat more because of soups and things like that. So I've bought this. This is going to go in the freezer. And if I've got any soups or I need something for lunch, then I know I've got something quick, or like my scrambled egg on toast. The other things that I bought these for work as well. And these are like a peanut bar, and there's 3 in that box. And these were, let me see, £1.85 for 3. So again, they are just a bit of a quick fix. It says high in fibre, gluten-free, and a great source of protein. 161 calories in a bar. How much protein is that? Bear with me while I have a little look. 6.2 grams of protein. I do love nuts though, so I might have to look at making some of my own little bars of kind of things like that. I got some biscuits. These are vanilla creams, and again, they are the free from range, and it says gluten-free vanilla creams, and they were £1.19. I mean, we all know me, I'm a bit of a cheapskate. I do love a cheap biscuit, but I'm going to have to try and insist that nobody at home eats these and they all eat the normal biscuits, and it's just kind of me. I thought I would try and make tonight or one night this week some apple crumble, because we kind of do like our desserts, and my husband loves ice cream. I'm not that fussed with ice cream, but in the winter, again, I find this is part of my problem. You know, we like those sweet treats. So I bought some cooking apples. I bought 3. I think they were 59 pence each. They were quite expensive, really. So I will be peeling them very strategically and very carefully. And that's not one of the gluten-free things I was going to show you. It's this gluten-free organic porridge oats. And I thought I would make sort of like a bit of an apple crumble. So I thought on the top I'd put some porridge oats. I've got some cashew nuts that I'll chop up. I'm going to chop a banana and some apple. I'm going to stew that down with a little tiny bit of brown sugar, maybe some honey, and I'll put that on the top with the nuts. Not a lot, just a little bit. And then I also got some little chocolate, what do you call them? Little things. Let me get them and show you. Chocolate chips. There we go. Couldn't think of the name of it. So I got those. So I thought stewed apple, possibly banana, and with a little tiny bit of brown sugar, not an awful lot, maybe a squeeze of lemon, and then I might even serve that with a bit of natural Greek fat-free yogurt, and then the crumble on the top with just with the porridge oats, basically some nuts and some of those. And then I thought that would do us for for like a bit of a desserty thing. I don't know about you, but in the winter I do feel like I'd rather have some like smaller portions, but some like nice sweetie treat things. So tonight for dinner I think I'm going to make lemon and honey chicken. I've never made it before, but I don't know, it just came into my brain today thinking, what on earth am I going to cook? I quite like a sauce. I feel like I need a sauce. One of the things that you can get a lot of with gluten-free is stock cubes. Aldi do appear to be very good for that. And somebody has also said to me about the sausages in Aldi, about gluten-free, but today I just didn't have time to stand and look and do some research. So I do need to do a little bit more research as I'm going along. So tonight I'm thinking of doing rice with I'm thinking of slicing some lemons and putting them in the bottom of the air fryer, whapping the chicken on the top and then drizzling it with honey. 20 minutes, turn it all over, maybe squish a bit more lemon on, a bit more honey, and cooking that. And then I think I'm going to do some rice, and I might save a couple of bits of sliced lemon to cook in the rice when the rice is cooking. And then I've just got some normal veg. I've just got some broccoli. I love peas, but Layla doesn't really like peas. And I might do some jacket potatoes, and Jed and Layla can have half a jacket potato each. The rice will probably be just enough for me. And yes, that's what I'm thinking of doing for dinner tonight, with that little dessert I just talked about. So anyway, let me show you these Christmas crowns. I feel a bit apprehensive. Now, it does look a little bit rubbish. However, I'm not sure if this, I have got lots of this material. I haven't got lots of it, but I have got quite a bit of this material, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use this or if I'm going to use some different material. So this is basically it. It's just a couple of long pieces of material, and I've got like a padded soft wadding that's in there. I have also stitched this bias binding on, which is silver, but it does look a bit rubbish. I think if I was on the Great British Sewing Bee, I'd be getting sacked by Esme. And then what I've done is I've frayed the top here like that. And so yes, what I did was I made the template to fit me. I measured like my head there like that, and then we kind of made it, we trimmed the sides and stuff, and then these ribbons are going to tie it at the top. I'll do that while I'm speaking to you. And the bottom, these ribbons are a bit shorter because we were trying to sort of like fray the ends and doing a few different things. So I think in the long run I'll probably make the ribbons a bit longer. This is so random, this video. Welcome to my world. Yes, this is kind of what my days are like sometimes. Anyway, then we tried it on my dad, who has the biggest head, and normally hats don't normally fit him. So and it fitted him great. So we decided to use the same size template. So it's just going to be a case of you just tie the ties as long or not as you want them. So there it is, 2 little ribbons on the back. And then once I've made them all, I will embellish them with some either nice little buttons or some trim or some different things, but I want to kind of get them all made. So I have got all the foam cut, and I've made the template for the sponge and the material. And yeah, welcome to my world, my Christmas hats. I just thought it'd be something nice to do, really. And so, yes, goodness knows what they're going to end up like. So me and my mum had a right laugh today making these. Yeah, there we go. And they can be washed, you know. They have been in the washing machine, so they can... no, they haven't been in the washing machine. They will be fine to go in the washing machine, or they can be hand washed. But I'll probably make, on the next one, I'll probably make this a little bit longer and fluff it up a little bit more. But yeah, like I said, we'll put some buttons on, and I've bought some of these little bells as well. So yes, that is what I have been up to today. So anyway, thank you very much for joining me if you come here often, and if you're new here, welcome to my my little world of random things that go on. So that's it, I think. I'm off to go and have a little sit down. 20 to 5. I think I'm going to go and have a little sit down over there in our cosy corner. I've lit my candles. It's all nice and cozy. I'm just drying my bedding. So thank you very much for joining me today. I know it's been another sort of random here, there and everywhere video, but kind of that's what's going on a little bit at the moment with these with my health. I do have my appointment for my cortisone, which is the last Friday of this month, which I'm looking forward to having so much. And hopefully that's going to get me pain-free through the winter. And I have done a little vlog about the cortisone in my hand. one day I was just, oh no, let's not go into that. Anyway, yes, thank you very much for joining me. And don't forget to give the little video a little thumbs up if you wouldn't mind. And also, if you've got any little hypes spare that you haven't used, I would really appreciate that as well, because it really helps small content creators like me get pushed out for other people to find me and follow my journey. So yes, so that's it really. I'm off to have a little Diet Coke, and that's my little treat. That's my first one today, and probably my only one. And yeah, I'm off to go and sit and have a little watch of the telly, and probably edit this video as well. So so thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Take care. Oh, YouTube's probably going to want me to recommend some videos for you to watch. So what should we put on? I put the vlog one on, the vlog playlist, and then I'll just let YouTube pick what it wants to recommend to you. So yes, that is it all from me today. Again, I keep saying this and I'm not going, but I am. I'm going to go and take my Coca-Cola. I'm going to go and take my Coke Zero. I'm going to go and sit over there. I'm going to edit this video, and I'm going to see you hopefully very soon. So take care. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.